just going to do some chain maintenance today, how I usually do it. I got my, I use a citrus degreaser for my chain. It's only about $8. And I'll show you what I use to lube the chain up. It's not something some expensive spray used from the store, which most of it goes everywhere else except where it's supposed to. So let me get that. I'll move the camera, you can see what I'm doing. Not that you can't guess. As you can see, it's not that dirty because I cleaned it not that long ago. But just for the video, it would be dirty if you touch it, but it doesn't look that bad. I just spray the degreaser on. I got a tray underneath just to catch it. This stuff was only like $8. It's not only good to clean the chain, but when I take the sprocket cover, if you ever done that, it's pretty horrible under there after a while. I get it on there real good. Take my cardboard down. Use one of the cheapo you get off Amazon chain cleaner. It cleans 3 sides at a time. It's pretty cheap. Just spin your back wheel. This is one of the gold chains I changed last year. Not because I wore out the other one. It just looks cool. You gotta admit it looks cool. This stuff really cleans pretty good. And the fact that what I used to put on there to oil it doesn't really attract any grit or sand. Well, it doesn't seem that way anyway. It cleans off easy. If you use one of those lubes with the wax in it and stuff, you're gonna get that. That stays on there pretty good. It's not necessary, really. And after you give it a good scrub, all you do is take the hose and wash it off. If your sprockets your rear sprocket is dirty, use the same brush on the other side, opposite side, and clean that up. Mine's okay, so I don't have to do that. I just wipe that clean. Actually, wait till it really dries good before you put the oil on. And it's so blazingly hot today, it shouldn't take long. Come back when it's dry. Chain is nice and dry. I cheated a little. Well, not really cheated, but I have one, so it's easy for me to try anything off. One of these air blaster blows warm air. I use this all the time when I wash the bike. I get all the air, all the water out, including the really hard part like behind the starter, all inside. The radiator holds a lot of water. This works great. It works for the chain too. All right, now it's dry. I'll do a quick check on make sure the chain isn't too tight or too loose. I'll show you what I do. In order to check the chain slack, you either leave it on the ground on the side stand, or you put it on the paddock stand like this. Reason being, if you put it on the center stand, rear end's going to drop down more than normal would be on the ground, and your measurement's going to be all off. You're supposed to measure the distance between your sprocket gear and your rear axle. You're supposed to take the point in the center of both of those, and then you know you're in the middle, and that point of the chain will be the loosest part of all of it. Comes out to like over 22 inches, like 22 3/8 or something. So your center line is about 11 1/4. So 11 1/4 comes out to right where I put this silver magic marker. Or you want to just look at my eye where this cutout is in the chain thing. 1/2 inch from that way towards the front is your center. And the manual that came with your bike lists chain stack at 30 to 40 millimeters. No, 20 to 30 millimeters. And the downloadable field service manual that you can get offline says 30 to 40. It also says to check in 3 places, but why? If you check the dead center, that will be the loosest of all of it. If that's in range, you're fine. And the easier way to check it that I know of, after looking at it so many times, is when I push up, if it comes close but doesn't hit this chain guard, then I'm fine. I'm in the range and I'm fine. So that's the easy way to check without grabbing a ruler and all this other junk. I already did it. And that'll get you fine. Good. So now, what do I use for my chain? Well, for a while now, I've just been using gear oil. You know, for your rear end of your car, a good gear oil. So what's in here is a 75 weight 90. A lot of people use gear oil. It's cheap. Why spend $18 for a spray? A lot of it goes everywhere put on your chain. So this is relatively cheap. That one bottle, it's usually like a liter, will last you years compared to a spray that might last you a couple months if you don't use it a lot. So that's what I use, and it works fine. Let me move the camera so I can show you if I can get it like that. I used to use a paintbrush, small paintbrush, in a bottle. I poured the oil in a bottle and dip my paintbrush in there. spin the wheel and let the paintbrush just follow along the chain. That works too. But now I gotta, let me put my rubber glove on because that one hand's gonna get dirty. So, get my tray just to catch anything that goes on, doesn't go on the driveway. And all I have is one of these little hand pumps off of Amazon for really cheap, $6 maybe. Actually came with 2 tips, a flexible one and a more of a stiff one. This is all you need. I just couple squirts, pull the chain. Couple squirts, pull the chain. Just do that all the way around. Remember, you're only oiling this inside of the chain, the part that comes in contact with the sprocket. You don't have to go. I mean, a lot of it's gonna drip through and get in that side anyway. But you're really concerned about the inside. Get her all the way around. Once I coat the whole thing, and just I'll hold the rag underneath it. That's good. Might let it sit a few minutes. I cleaned this yesterday, and the inside of the cover, they get pretty dirty. Now I just take another rag. I'm just really drying off the back side and the sides. And a little bit. Just clean the excess off. So it doesn't just fly everywhere. But it's pretty thick stuff. 75 weight. If they happen to get anything on the rim, you wipe that off. I seem to got a little, it's a little hard trying to film. Hold this with this hand, hold that with that hand. There you go. I'll even spin it. Yeah, work it in. Air compressor. Now I pretty got a light coat of that oil all over the chain. And it didn't cost very much. And it's just as good. fact, I don't, like I said before, I don't see it attracting any gritty sand. And I have run a dirt road around this park. And what's other good about it? When I do clean it, everything comes off. Not like that. When those other cleaners with a residue that you really got to scrub to get off, gear oil doesn't do that. Completely cleans off. So that's how I clean the chain. A little citrus degreaser and some gear oil put back on it. One of those cheapo Amazon scrub brushes for the chain. That's all you need. And while I got it up on a paddock stand, the chain adjusters I have on this bike now aren't the stock ones that come with it. They don't have that locking nut. This is a much cleaner looking one. And the bolts on the old one is welded to that part that slides into your tube. This one is threaded into that same part. Well, it's a different part, but it looks just the same. And why it's offset, because if it was in the center, it might hit the axle, so it's off to the side. This is an RE part, Royal Enfield part, that comes on a new 350s. All the 350s have this. I'm assuming they just have the same style swing arm, and this will fit your Interceptor or GT. No more. I couldn't stand with the way that other one looked. With two bolts, and the bolts obviously a lot longer than it's supposed to be, or should be, sticking out. So this one is the Eternals are almost the same. They're just not painted black. They left them silver, which is better, I think, because now you can see a big contrast difference between where it has to be. Before it was black on black. And if you need like reading glasses to see something like that, like I do, and a little harder to see. But the new ones, they leave the internal part unpainted. Otherwise, that's the same thing. It's a Royal Enfield part. You'll actually, when inside this cap, you'll see an RE stamp in there in the casting. So if that looks good to you, it looks a lot cleaner. I mean, there's another company that makes them. They're just a lot more expensive than this. And they're shiny, fancy gold or silver. I forget the name right now in my head. But that's nice too. But these aren't that expensive at all. If you're in the UK, Hitchcock Motorcycle sells them. Anywhere else, I guess you have to go to the dealer if you don't want to get it shipped from England. But these are a lot nicer than the stock ones. But I think they still put the stock ones on the new ones for some reason. Well, anyway, they will fit, and they work just fine. It's a lot easier than turning a nut. Just put I think it's a 6 millimeter in the bottom, and turn it. That's damn, it's hot. Well, that's it for chain maintenance. I'm gonna put it back together, and well, I'll see you later. Bye for now.